How's it going, everyone? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. So here in front of me, we have the 2025 Honda Civic. And on this video, we're just going to be covering the engine options. We're not going to be going over a full review on these vehicles. We're going to be covering what I think is important and should be at everyone's top of the list for, when picking out a vehicle. And reliability should be one of those. I know leasing is a huge option nowadays, but whether you lease or you buy, if the car spends time at the dealership, that's obviously not a pleasant experience for anyone. So we will just be covering the two new engine options at this point. So long gone are the true and tried and tested K20 C2, which was a port injection engine, which was super reliable. We've had it in a ton of vehicles, a couple different variations of it, but again, super reliable, very maintenance friendly, and everything was great. We've had very few catastrophic failures as far as those engine goes. What replaces it is this K20 C9. I'll zoom into the stamp right over here. So that is a K20 C9, if you guys could see that. Trying to get the camera to focus here. Here we go. So this is an Atkinson style engine, and it is a direct injection. So here we have the pump. This is a foam. So this is a direct injection pump for the system. So once again, we do have a cover here. I do like this cover here because on our old engines, specifically the 1.5T, had no cover, and this was a huge rodent area. So obviously that is going to be area specific, although here in my area, that is something that a lot of people had to deal with. So the fact that they put a cover here, and this cover is mostly to keep the noise down, it does serve a dual purpose, and I am glad Honda did that. Now, how will this engine fare? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, but it is direct injection, so that brings its own issues versus a normal port injection engine. And again, that engine that was replaced by this one was extra reliable, so we will just have to wait and see how this one holds up. It is non-turbo, so that is a positive, but again, we will have to see. As far as the higher trims, those engines or those cars have been replaced with a again, naturally aspirated, a 2.0 attached to the hybrid system that replaced the 1.5T. That was not my favorite engine at all. So if you follow my channel, you know that the 1.5T has been nothing but problematic for a Honda, from head gasket issues to failed injectors to stuff like that, those being the most critical failures. Obviously became a big issue for the consumer, whether or not, once again, it was in or out of warranty. Yes, it was a great engine to have as far as being responsive and power and stuff like that, but it came with a ton of headaches. So I am very happy that that engine is finally gone. It seems to be phasing out of the Honda lineup. We will see if that trend continues on to the Accords and stuff like that. Now, the SI will probably still have a variant of that engine. We will have to wait and see. Obviously, I don't see the SI going hybrid or going to something like this, but again, we will have to wait and see as far as that goes. But yeah, so the Civic hybrid engine is going to be another variation of an Atkinson style engine, and the engine code will probably be something along the lines of LFC or B something. We will have to wait and see. The current CRV, the engine code is LFC3. The current Accord, and this is hybrid models we're talking here, are LFC5. And then the 18 to 22 CRVs are LFB2. So once again, we'll have to see what they put into the Civic here. It'll be a variant of that family combination. So this hybrid, again, this engine here replaced the old K20 C2. The old K20 C2 EPA numbers were 31 city, 40 highway. This one is 32 city, 40 highway. So not a huge improvement there, although the power numbers have significantly gone down. So the K20 C2 was 158 horsepower with 138 pound-feet of torque, and this one here is 141 with 134 pound-feet of torque. So definitely a drop in numbers there, and we will have to see how this car accelerates versus the older engine. Again, may not matter to some people, although to some people that may be a significant loss there. as far as the turbo engine was. That one made 180 horsepower with 177 pound-feet of torque, and the engine that replaces that is a combination with a hybrid system, and that gets a combined output of 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. So that should definitely be pretty fun to drive and be responsive and have a just a great driving experience. And the Honda's hybrids have been pretty reliable. We have seen some issues with those L family engines, some of them being injectors once again, and they fail differently than the 1.5T or L15 injectors. We usually see them sticking open. Some issues that we have seen is valve train failure, so obviously that's something to keep an eye on. And then we have not seen any here personally, but I have spoken to a few different technicians that have seen cracked pistons on those engines. So once again, something that we will have to keep an eye on, and it could just be the first couple years of a learning curve here for Honda and kind of just working around that. So I do like the engine options much better than the 1.5T. I am sad to see that K20 C2 go. That was ultra reliable, but once again, name of the game here is fuel economy, EPA numbers, and stuff like that. So Honda chose to go this direction at this point. So we'll just have to see how this engine fares, how the new hybrid powertrain system fares, and go from there. So that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap up this video. Make sure you do stay tuned for that hybrid Civic to come in, and I will have an updated video on that. So with that being said, I'll catch everyone on the next one.